They found this portrait in an old, dusty wooden box, tucked away in an attic for who knows how long. At first glance, it's just a painting of a little boy, maybe 6 or 7 years old, smiling like the whole world was his oyster. A simple smile, a simple child. But life is never that simple. Is it? Especially not in the time and place he was born into. For years, nobody knew who he was. The portrait was simply labeled the unknown boy. No name, no story, no history. Just a smile that felt a little too bright, a little too pure for the dark shadows of the era it came from. Art collectors and historians admired the technique, the soft brush strokes, the way the artist captured the light in his eyes, but the boy himself remained a mystery. A ghost in a gilded frame. Then, a young historian, an African scholar specializing in colonial art, decided to take a closer look. She wasn't just interested in the art, she was interested in the life behind it. She felt a connection to this unknown child, a pull she couldn't explain. She spent weeks carefully examining the portrait, not just the canvas, but the entire artifact. She dusted the old wooden frame, analyzed the pigments in the paint using modern technology, and studied the signature brushstrokes, trying to identify the artist. And that's when she found it. Hidden beneath layers of varnish, right under the nearly illegible signature of the artist, she discovered a series of tiny, faded letters, almost invisible to the naked eye. Using digital enhancement, she pieced them together. It was Anami, Musa. And with that single word, the entire story cracked wide open. The truth hit the historical community like a bolt of lightning. Musa wasn't painted because he was the son of a wealthy merchant. He wasn't royalty or a child prodigy. He was painted because he was owned. This smiling, beautiful boy was born into slavery in a world that tried to steal his childhood before he could even learn the sound of his own voice. The portrait wasn't a celebration of innocence. It was a document of possession. Suddenly, the smile took on a whole new meaning. Was it defiance? Was it resilience? Or was it simply the pure, unburdened joy of a child who didn't yet comprehend the cage he was in? This discovery sent researchers scrambling through archives. They dug deeper into records from the early 1800s, poring over dusty ship logs, plantation inventories, and brutal auction lists from the transatlantic slave trade. And there he was, listed among cargo and property. A boy named Musa, from a small village in West Africa. The records were cold and clinical, detailing his estimated age, his height, his price. Taken from his home, forced onto a crowded ship, and sailed across a vast, terrifying ocean to a new world. He was sold before he even understood the words being spoken. His life bartered away before he could truly begin it. The smile in the portrait was painted just a few months after his arrival. But here's the part of the story that no one expected. The miracle hidden within the tragedy. The artist who painted Musa, the man who, by all accounts, was just a commissioned painter for the wealthy, kept a secret diary. And in that diary, he wrote about the boy. He wrote, "The boy looked at me with a joy I cannot comprehend. Even in his bonds, there was a light in him, as if his soul knew something the world did not, as if he carried a freedom inside him that no chains could ever touch." The artist was so moved that he painted Musa not just for the owner, but for himself, capturing that inexplicable spirit. He felt compelled to secretly write the boy's name on the frame, a small act of rebellion, ensuring Musa would be more than just property. That smile, that single moment of captured joy, traveled through centuries. It survived the storms of history, the upheavals of wars, the neglect of dusty, forgotten rooms. It passed from owner to owner, its true story silent, waiting. And today, we look at it again, with new eyes. We see it not just as a piece of art, but as a profound testament to the human spirit. It's a reminder that unimaginable pain can be hidden behind the warmest of smiles. It's proof that freedom can live in the eyes of the oppressed, a fire that can never be fully extinguished. And it shows us that even a child who had nothing, not even his own name, acknowledged by the world, can leave behind a story that outlives empires and changes how we see our own past. So when we look at this portrait now, we don't just see a smiling boy. We see Musa. We see his stolen childhood, his terrifying journey, his unbreakable spirit. He was born a slave, a label the world forced upon him. But his smile, that was born free. And it's that freedom that has reached across time to touch us all. Every smile has a story. Some are simple, and some are powerful enough to rewrite history. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please consider sharing it.